Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is going very, very well. We are in an interesting state of reality. We are extremely close to the coming Mashiach. We've been told, the Lubavitch Rebbe told us this on multiple occasions, specifically, that this is the last generation of exile, the first generation of the coming Mashiach. So it is very clear that this is the state of reality. As you know, the whole purpose of Hashem bringing us into this world, creating the world at large, is to fulfill the completion of Exodus and bring the coming Mashiach. Hashem desires to give us good. That is Hashem's greatest desire, is to give us good, to bestow kindness upon us, to share His love with us. But the way that Hashem could share this utmost love that He has for us, the only way that this is really, the deepest way that this can be done is through the suffering that we go through in exile. That sets the stage for the coming Mashiach. The tremendous pleasure that we'll experience in the days of Mashiach is completely dependent on these moments right now. So, all one has to do is observe the world around us, and it is quite clear that Hashem is setting the stage and escorting in the days of Mashiach. The Rebbe explains how, starting with the Arizal and then even more so with the Baal Shem Tov, we entered really the eve of redemption. The Baal Shem Tov revealed the deepest secrets of Hasidus into the world. And this accelerated the process of redemption, because you know Hasidus is extremely deep Torah teachings. It's extremely profound texts and concepts that allow one to feel incredibly close to the Creator, allow one to expand their awareness of God in a way that affects their emotions and actions as well. So, this is the purpose. We have to realize that God is preparing something incredibly serious for us. And this is the coming of Mashiach, that we are all a part of. But we have to realize that the power to bring Mashiach is in each and every one of our hands individually. Every action we do now is even more crucial than ever before because we are so close to the coming Mashiach. Therefore, we all have to examine our ways and really look deeply at our actions to make sure if they're on par with Hashem's will. Because this is the time. We're in a state of emergency. We're so close to the coming Mashiach. Hashem adores each and every one of us. And He loves us more than we could ever love ourselves. He wants only the best for us. But He has given us an opportunity to give something back to Him. And of course, you know, life has challenges. And a person can't expect, you know, it's not always possible for a person to reach a certain level overnight. It takes time. But nonetheless, we have to appreciate the fact that when Mashiach arrives, we're not going to really have free will anymore. You know, there's many stages to the coming Mashiach, and as Mashiach arrives, it will develop into far deeper, you know, revelations of God. Which, by the way, imagine now the state of the world is in a state of concealment. Hashem hides Himself. But when Mashiach arrives, Hashem is going to reveal Himself. The whole world is going to be shining, so to speak, with the light of Hashem, it's also a understanding. When we say light, it's not just a physical light, it's also a spiritual light, which connotates to the Chokhmah bin Adas, the understanding of Hashem. Because when you get an idea in your mind, it's like light, it illuminates your mind. And that light, that grasp of Hashem's presence, awareness of God, feeling close to Hashem, feeling Hashem's presence with us, feeling Him, that is the most pleasurable thing possible. But we can't help but point out the fact that when Mashiach arrives, we won't have free will, and it'll be obvious to serve Hashem. Everyone's going to serve Hashem. So it'll be less precious to Hashem when you decide to serve Him in the days of Mashiach as it is right now. Because right now, there's still an opportunity to choose to serve Hashem. And when we choose to serve Hashem, that brings down the greatest divine light. Whereas if we were just angels and we experienced, you know, we were a state of angelic-like state where we're experiencing divine revelations at all times. So it's very nice, it's very beautiful that to Hashem that we're serving Him. but it's not as powerful, not as intense and deep and appreciated as when we serve God right now in the times directly preceding the days of Mashiach. Now the Rebbe Rashab explained something very, very deep. And by the way, today is Chof Kislev. It is a continuation of the holiday we spoke about yesterday. It's a 2-day holiday. And so the the Holy Alter Rebbe should have a big blessing. And we should all be blessed from this incredible day. There's also another special day. Today is the anniversary of the passing of my grandmother, Shoshana Arizal Basar Alea, who was an extremely holy lady, who her soul should have a tremendous blessing and aliyah. And Bezat Hashem, with the coming of Mashiach, she should be back down here with all of us. Because we know that the ultimate elevation, when someone passes away, we say, I hope their soul has an elevation, that their soul goes up to the highest levels with Hashem. But we know that what is the highest level? The highest level will actually be down here on this physical world in the coming of Mashiach. Because in this physical world, when Mashiach arrives, we'll experience a greater divine revelation, a greater godly reality than even in the highest levels of heaven right now. Because the ultimate purpose is for this physical world. We are the desire of the Creator. Hashem wants us to serve Him. This is His greatest desire. This is Hashem's shashua. This is Hashem's amusement. For some reason, us fighting in this physical world, fighting evil, fighting our own desires sometimes, learning Torah, doing good deeds, connecting to Hashem, prayer, by involving ourselves in this physical world with spirituality, it is a higher level than even in the spiritual realms. Because we know that always the lowest is connected to the highest. And so since we're in the lowest physical realm, we're connected to the highest, Hashem Himself. That is why we have to up the urgency. We have to take things a little bit to the next level, but in a way of joy, in a way of trust in Hashem, a way of calmness, in a way of excitement. We have to take our service of God to the next level, all of us, because of course we're doing an amazing job, but we can do even greater because Hashem is infinite. Hashem is beyond infinite. So no matter where we're at, we could be doing a tremendous job, and we're doing an incredible job, and Hashem is tremendously proud of us. But we can do even more. That is the beauty. We can do even more. Just a little bit more today than yesterday. And that is why, when we serve Hashem, trying to spread these Torah videos as well, it has to be intense. Sometimes people ask, how come on the Torah channel so many videos are being posted? How? Because the more videos are posted, the more people, at least for a few moments, are connected to Hashem even more. And that has an expanding effect. It has a universal effect. It causes a external growth, because why is this happening? Hashem tells us something very beautiful. This should motivate you in your service of Hashem. Hashem tells us that mitzvah, avera. When you do a mitzvah, Hashem rewards you. You're going to do another mitzvah. Each mitzvah it has an effect, an automatic expanding effect. Each mitzvah leads to another mitzvah. But by that same token, every sin, God forbid, leads to another sin. So we must involve ourselves with mitzvahs, because then more mitzvahs will involve ourselves. It will lead to more mitzvahs, whereas sin leads to sin, God forbid. So when you get one person to do a good deed, they're guaranteed going to do another good deed and another good deed and another good deed. It has infinite growth, has ever expanding potential. And that is why the internet is so powerful, because we can spread the light of God at a much faster rate. So I think we all need to, Hashem, strengthen our trust in Hashem. The highest level of connection we can have to God is bitachon and emunah, trust and faith in God, a level of belief in God, that trust that He's going to deliver us. Because we know that even though we have a massive mission in front of us, as much work as we put in, we need Hashem's help no matter what. We can do all the work in the world, but we need the blessing of the one above to make sure it goes through, of course. So we have to have trust in God. We have to, really, that's the highest level of relationship with God, is that it's beyond logic. It's from such a high source. It's from, actually explains, it's connected to the Chabad of the midos of Keser Shiba Keser, which is basically an extremely lofty level of our conscious of our faculties and of the spiritual faculties of the world, which were made in the image of, this level is such a high level that it is beyond logic. It's like when we find ourselves, like when Abraham, when Nimrod, Avram, he threw him into a fiery furnace because of his belief in Hashem. And Avram had trust in Hashem, and he stayed in that fiery furnace for 3 days and was not harmed. This is a level that is beyond logic. It doesn't make sense according to our own mental calculations. But this is the level of connection to God that we have. We have a connection to the one above beyond logic. And when we connect to God in our highest level, then it will flow down into our logical faculties and into our emotional faculties and into our action, the lowest level, that our entire being should be permeated with the divine light. And with that, B'ezrat Hashem, today will merit the coming Mashiach. May today be the day. Please share this message. May Hashem bless you all.